Hi, everyone. I will scroll through and look at all of you and just smiling and waving to each other. Wherever you are, just for a second, say hi. And you can turn it off if you want. So nice. I love seeing all your faces and people are still coming. So this is how we connect to each other. We move as a community. This is the organization is called Happiness Sangha. Sangha is a group of people who are together going each toward their own happiness. So this is my vision that we get to approach our own happiness through doing these practices together. And of course, everyone's happiness looks different. And I consult a lot of people one-on-one. I work with a lot of people. When I ask the question, what does happiness look like to you? It's shocking just how different it is. Completely different pictures of the world. And what I want to do here is normalize that. I want to give you a chance to honor what your wishes are for you, what your true wishes are for you in this moment, because they're going to be different next year or in 10 years or in the future, and to feel like you can actually move to that. So the topic of why our wishes don't come true, the first reason our wishes don't come true is that we are disconnected from ourselves. If you are trying to be something else, if you are kind of a shell, if we're not with our own rhythms, if we're fighting against ourselves, that fight against ourselves will take all our energy. There's no energy left over afterwards for happiness and wishes coming true. I wanted to hold this class because I noticed that the disconnection people have from themselves, their sense of how I should be, is getting stronger and stronger. And I think it's something about social media, it's something about where we are as a world, it's something about material culture, it's something about a culture of consumption. There's something about today's values where people feel less and less like they can be themselves, like they can be in their rhythm, like they can listen to themselves. They feel more and more like they need to be something else. So I want to redirect your focus back to yourself, back to your wishes, back to your energy today. And that's what we'll do in the 4-week class, Willpower, Wishes, and Endless Energy, which we're beginning in a week. So the big picture, the very big picture is that where you're looking is always where you're moving toward. So if you drive a car, try to go left, but you look right. If you're driving a car, you will always travel exactly where you're looking. If you ride a bike, you go where you're looking. And where you're looking are your intentions, your wishes. If you know what your wishes are, if you know what your intentions are, you will go in that direction. So it's very important to have them super clear in your head. And the 15-second practice I promised you is all about that. We'll talk about it towards the end of this hour. What's a 15-second practice that does this for you daily? Because you always need to know where you are heading. And you need to know this on the worst days when things seem the most hopeless, when it seems like nothing is going your way and you feeling loved, lovable, relaxed, connected, joyful at the end of the day seems highly unlikely. Still have that picture in your head because you will be going there if that picture is there. And the universe is so vast, it has so much possibility that a day could start in one country and finish in another country. A day could start as the best day of the year and finish as the worst and then turn back to the best. Our lives are very flexible. A day is very flexible. I want to help you remember that we're not here to be robots. We're not here to have all the answers. We're not here to be mechanical. I'm afraid that the new aspiration of the world is that we all basically become Chat GPT, that we're all like put together, there's a bow on it, it's organized, it's tight, it's mechanical. What we're losing is raw passion. What we're losing now is the beauty of our impulsive selves, the beauty of our wishes, the beauty of feeling, the beauty of sensing, the beauty of the illogical. We live in a time where you can get all the answers and songs write themselves and sonnets write themselves, and there's no reason to read anything because the information can be at our fingertips. What we're losing is the joy of experience, the joy of growth, the joy of connection, the risking it all because you are in love, opening your heart. Everything is becoming increasingly effective and efficient, and what we have is less time. Have you noticed that we all have less time? Put a plus in the chat. Put a plus if you notice that with every month, with every year, it feels like you have less time. Everything is getting more efficient, and yet we have a lot less time. This is why I decided to do the Italy retreat. Let's get time back for 5 days. I know many of you are going, which is why I'm mentioning it. For 5 days, let's get our time back. Let's see how much time there is within a day. So we have less time. I'm glad you noticed it too. And have you noticed that we all have less energy? You and everyone around. I work with a lot of people, but also a lot of top companies where there's very high performing people who exercise, who eat healthy, who have private chefs, who have private trainers, who have the best bed sheets, who have the best rituals for their sleep. And yet everyone has less and less energy. So of course, to get energy, quality sleep, quality exercise, a straight spine, the food you eat is extremely important. I want to talk about all these kind of other intangibles of how to get energy that we don't usually talk about. So where you're looking is where you go, your intentions. How fast you get there is your reserve energy. So that's what we'll talk about today. What impacts your reserve energy? So there's only two parts to wishes coming true. Where you're looking, where you want to be, your wishes, and your reserve energy. And energy is not something abstract, it's very concrete. It's when you close your eyes and you feel the energy running through your body. So have you had that where you just wake up and you feel energy is circulating through your body and you want to use that energy? So when you have energy, that's when you want to work. That's when you want to connect. That's when you want to squeeze someone's hand. That's when you want to create something. That's when you want to write a song. That's when you want to put clothes on that makes you happy. That's when you want to cook a meal. So energy is like that desire to live. And there are plenty of things we do that increase our desire to live. They increase our energy. That's what makes our life longer in the best sense. And there are plenty of things we do that decreases our energy. Basically, the point of today's class is stop torturing yourself. I want to say to all of you, stop torturing yourself. Even if you have the best intentions, like I'm torturing myself to accomplish these great things to save the world, stop torturing yourself. It won't work out. You will not save the world if you're torturing yourself. The torturing yourself is why we have so little energy. It's like that trying to be robotic, trying to be efficient, going against what feels right to you in your heart. That's the torturing yourself. So this is like, I always do this like first 5-10 minutes of class where it's a very broad overview of where we're going. And then we meditate and then we actually do get there. So now that I've given you the 5-10 minute overview, I just think like if someone is only going to be here for 5-10 minutes, I want them to still get the core. That was the core, but we're going to really deepen it. So first, let's get centered, let's meditate, because to receive new information, we need awareness. To really pay attention to ourselves, to new information, you need awareness. So get as comfortable as you can be, acknowledging that your comfort is important, your body is important. And we'll take some 4, 7, 8 breaths. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale out through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And another deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling out through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give yourself the gift of a last breath in this way, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale out through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's bring attention to the body. Feel that your body doesn't have to do anything for the next few minutes. Release your weight fully against the chair. Lean back consciously against the chair. Let your forehead release. Let your eyes release. Place one hand gently inside the other and let your body be aligned. So lean back fully, but let that spine be aligned so the energy can run through it. The energy of compassion, self-compassion, connection, awareness. Keep your spine straight and lean back fully. And don't cross the fingers, just rest one hand inside the other. And now you have that flow of energy, and we'll bring compassion to different parts of the body. Bring awareness to the forehead and let the forehead release. Release the eyebrows. and the cheeks. Bring the gift of relaxation to your jaw and to your ears and to your scalp. Release the shoulders. Release the chest. Release the upper back and mid back and lower back. Let your stomach be relaxed. Let your arms be heavy. Feel the feet and the legs and the whole bottom part of the body. Feel how gravity holds the body. Feel the cradling of the body by the chair. Feel that you belong on this earth. This body belongs on this earth. Feel that you belong on this earth as you are. You are supposed to be in this world, on this earth, just as you are, with your wishes, your emotions, your feelings, your experience, your stories, your relationships with the people in your life. You are supposed to be on this earth as you are right now. And take another deep breath in. Take another deep breath out. And after this release, just let the breath settle into its own natural pace. Bring awareness to the breath as it enters the nose and enters the chest and enters your body. For 1 minute, I'll give you the opportunity to just feel the breath. There are so many things to think about, so many things to solve. Don't do any of that. Just feel. For the next minute, just feel. You can either feel the breath as it enters the nostrils, or you can put your hands on the chest and let the hands receive the rhythm of the breath. Begin now for 1 minute. When your mind wanders, come back to that feeling of the hand moving up and down, or that feeling of the breath entering the nose. Staying with the breath, welcoming each breath, enjoying this life moving through you. Feel how the air that enters is cooler. The air that exits is warmer. Observing this breath with an affection. Observing your breath with the heart. Infusing your awareness with so much heart. Feeling that you have this body that connects you to life, connects you to the present moment. You have this breath, this releasing, this accepting, this letting go, this coming, this going, this flux of the breath that keeps you connected to all of life. Enjoying this breath. Feeling your breath with an open heart. There's so much you can be doing on this night. There's so much you can be doing on this evening. For another moment, just be with the breath. We change our lives by being in the present. We change our lives by inhabiting this present moment fully. And now put your hands on your heart. Saying, "Heart, I am here to listen to you. I am here to listen to what is happening in this heart." Feel that palm of the hand to the chest and wish for yourself, may I be happy. May I, this human being, be happy. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and feel safe. May I stay connected to myself in every moment. May I take care of myself. May I protect myself. May I make my wishes come true. May I feel so much joy, so much ease and groundedness that this happiness goes out to all beings. May I be surrounded by beauty. May I feel calm inside. And may this beauty and this calm go out to all beings. Ending with the wish, may all life be happy. May all beings be happy. And now thank yourself for having meditated, for having connected to your own breath and to all of life and to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out through the mouth. And when you're ready, coming back, opening your eyes. Welcome back. So I would love to just see your requests and your questions. Is it that you just feel like your wishes are not coming true? What made you want to come today? If you like, put that in the chat and I'll take that into consideration as I build this class. Although I know what I want to say to you and I have it very much planned. And if you like also in the chat, you can just share how this meditation went. We always have some first-time meditators. We have some very long-time meditators. Some of you have been meditating with me for more than 10 years. So put how that meditation went if you like, put in your requests. And this is the meditation that's the basis of our wishes coming true. And in the Willpower, Wishes, and Endless Energy program, we'll do a lot of different meditations that connect you to the state of mind that helps your wishes come true. So the basics of wishes coming true, as I said earlier, is only two things: clarity, honesty with yourself, knowing what your wishes are. And honesty with yourself is not easy because it means you're putting aside the ego. The lens that distorts your honesty with yourself is your ego. Being fully honest with yourself, we think it's simple, but you're putting your ego down at that moment when you are being yourself. In a way, you are more vulnerable, you are more bare, although you are so much more strong. When you're honest with yourself, you're so much more strong. So two parts: knowing what your wishes are and a large reservoir of energy. To build the life you want, to be happy with every part of your life, that takes a lot of energy. It just takes having energy. So I call energy is the bricks to your wishes coming true. So how much energy you wake up with that your body pulsates with is how quickly your wishes come true. So my goal for Happiness Sangha for these classes, for all these classes, for every meditation is one, that you feel happier each day. Two, that all your relationships get better. Your relationship with yourself, like how you feel when you look at yourself in the mirror, your relationship with your loved ones, with your partner, with strangers, your relationship with everyone gets better every day. And three is that more energy pulsates through your body, because the more energy pulsates through your body, the more your wishes come true and the more happy you feel. So there are ways we lose energy that people almost never talk about, and it's mental states, and it's how we express ourselves. Treasure your energy more than anything in the world. Treasure your energy endlessly. We waste a lot of energy, first of all, through negative speech. This is why we just did the Wise, Beautiful Speech class. We waste a lot of energy through gossip. We waste a lot of energy through lies. Live in a way that you don't have to tell a single lie to anyone about anything, because you will have so much more energy than the alternative. We lose energy through grudges. This is why forgiveness is so important. Forgiveness, self-forgiveness, inner lightness. Every grudge that you have closes down a piece of your energy. In every grudge you put down, you let go of a piece of your energy. It makes it harder for your wishes to come true. So let everyone in your life be as they are. Say to everyone in your life, you are a valuable part of the universe, because they are. Maybe they're a valuable part of the universe because they give you the chance to be patient and forgive and to set boundaries and to find your strength outside of that person. Like the most controlling, manipulative person in your life still has a role to play in the universe, because in the end, they connect other people to their strength. So there's a kind of acceptance that every part of the universe needs to be there, that you can be accepting of every part of it. You're not the one to decide what belongs and what doesn't belong in the universe. And there's no need to hold a grudge against absolutely anyone. Once you have that view, you get a lot of energy. Social media. So many wishes don't come true just because we spend so much time on social media. Social media takes tons of your energy. It's like consumption together with gossip, together with grudges. It's all in one. There's a lot of negative thought patterns that come as a result. A lot of feeling unworthy, a lot of feeling not good enough, a lot of our attention being scattered and our attention being put into 1 second, 2 second, 3 second pieces. The human brain is meant to process change in scenery at the pace at which we walk. So things around us are meant to only change at the pace in which we walk. Scrolling through a feed is incredibly damaging to our brain, because things are not meant to change that fast. Pictures are not meant to change that fast. Even a train is stressful. Like, think about it. A train is stressful because it's moving quicker in the windows than our minds can process. A movie is stressful, but these like 2 second, 3 second videos are endlessly more stressful. So they stress out our minds because our minds can't process information that quickly. And that uses up our energy. That stress ends up using a lot of energy. So even if you're looking at videos of like butterflies, crickets, and rainbows, the fact that the images are changing so quickly takes and drains your energy, because our minds just were not made to do this. Things need to change more quickly. If you want the solution to this, go spend a week in nature. Go spend a week looking at a lake, looking at a forest, looking at the sky. You recalibrate into the rhythm you were born to have. And then you have energy. Then you get your energy back. Then your sleep normalizes. So there's a lot that you can do to take yourself away from your energy and your wishes coming true. Spending time on the internet, even just like emails, social media, that takes you away from your wishes coming true, because it drains your energy. Like you can chop wood for an hour, you will not be as exhausted as spending an hour on social media. So be very careful about that, because it's just so easy. It's so entertaining. And there are whole companies and research labs that are just geared toward it being entertaining for you. So just try not to engage. So everything we scroll through, we give our energy to. Social media, our iPhones are big energy vampires. Everything we judge, we give our energy to, because everything we judge, that's where our attention is. Everything we blame, we give our energy to. Everything we're afraid of, we give energy to. My goal with these classes is that you become fearless. When you know what your wishes are and you know how to move toward them, you also become fearless. Willpower, wishes, and endless energy will be a fearlessness class when you always know how to build up your reservoir of energy, when you always know how to build up your reservoir of, of connection, of your good mood. You are fearless in a way because you know that anything life throws at you, you'll be able to build that back up. You have the discipline, you have the willpower, you know what your wishes are, you know how to move toward them, you know how to cultivate energy. Other things can come and go, and you still have that. You have less fear. Everything we're afraid of, we give energy to because we're always thinking about the things we're afraid to. Also, everything you work very hard to avoid, you give energy there. Everything you don't allow, when you're like, universe, you can't be like this, that drains your energy. And anything you force, if you really, really have to force yourself to do something over and over again, day after day, that's a lot of energy. That's a lot of wishes not coming true. So, again, 2 steps for today. You want to figure out what your wishes are, and you want enough energy to make them come true. The first reason that our wishes don't come true is that we haven't yet separated other people's voices from our own voice. We haven't yet separated other people's wishes from our own wishes. To make our wishes come true, first we let go of the ego. And the ego is all those shoulds in your mind usually come from ego. The more should you have, the less genuine you are, the harder it is for your wishes to come true. So anything where you feel like you should do this, it's not a true wish. Think about like when you just naturally want to hug someone, you want to be around someone. You don't feel like you should be around that person, you just want to be. There's certain activities that you just want to do. Like for these classes, I just want to teach them. I want to create them. I want to meditate with you. I want to create new programs. I want to work with your subconscious. I want to help transform your subconscious. It's something I deeply want to do. It has nothing to do with any outside gains. If I won 3 lotteries, I would still be doing this. Think about those things that you would be doing, even if no one had any problems. If you want to figure out what your true wishes are, imagine that all your loved ones are happy and healthy and have no problems. You have endless resources, endless money. You don't owe anyone anything. Everyone is perfectly happy. Then what would you contribute? Then what would you be doing? So this is a really nice test for what your true wishes are. Not only do you have all the money in the world, you have every material thing you want, you have every house you want, you have every piece of clothes you want, you have every car you want. Everything is set. All your loved ones are doing great, happy, healthy. How would you spend your time? Who would you spend your time with? Not because you feel like you have to or they need you, but who would you want to spend your time with? What would you want to spend your time doing? Those are your true wishes. And we're here to move toward those wishes. We're here to understand what those wishes are and to move toward those things. So if you had everything, what country would you go to? What country would you visit? What activity would you do? I would still meditate a lot. I meditate a lot now. I would meditate just as much. I would be in nature more. You have to think about where would you be and what would you do? And keep those things in mind because the more clear they are in your mind, the more you move toward them. I want to give you the theology behind this. I have a master's in Buddhist studies from Harvard Divinity School. And in the Buddhist concept of the world, it's very important to tune into what you want, to what your wishes are, because in Buddhist cosmology, you're meant to live out a certain course in this life, and you're meant to learn certain lessons along the way. And because you're meant to learn certain lessons, certain things attract you and certain things don't. So certain life experiences, certain people, certain situations, you'll wish for them over and over and over again. Certain things, you'll just want to do them. You won't have to, but you'll want to. That's your path. And your path contains your lessons, your path contains your growth, and your path contains your strength. So those countries you rationally want to visit, those meditations that you just want to do, those things that you want to try, those people you're drawn to, they include the lessons you're meant to have in this lifetime. And the more you meditate, like the meditation we just did with breath focus, where you listen to your body, where you connect to yourself with self-compassion, the more you meditate, the easier it is for you to understand what it is that you want, which activity is important to you. and to start doing the things that are not the most popular or well regarded or lucrative, but to start doing the things that feel most important to you. Like for me, a chocolate dessert with like a little bit of orange flavor, that feels like me. A panna cotta creme brulee does not feel like me. I could take it or leave it. Like give me like gooey warm chocolate, especially if it has orange scent to it. I will eat a lot of it and I'll enjoy it fully and it will give me energy. You can give me something equally sweet with equally as many calories and I will eat it and I'll just be neutral. Like a lemon dessert, I'm neutral. The chocolate dessert is all me. Some things will give you energy. Some very similar things will not. On the surface, they're similar, but pay attention to the things that really are yours that excite you, that give you a sense of being alive. And certain people will give you the sense of being alive, certain books, certain authors, certain music. Even like you will put on certain clothes and you'll feel more alive. You'll take a walk to a certain place and you'll feel alive. You'll smell something, you'll feel alive. Pay attention to those things that make you feel alive. Your energy goes up, your wishes come true. I spent the last 12 years very intensely, both teaching this material and myself moving towards this and being very clear in my mind what things are just great. I'm glad they exist, but they're not mine, and which things are mine. Like I grew up in Palo Alto, the San Francisco Bay Area. Great place. It's not mine. I live in New York City, which is a very tough city, but it's completely mine. I breathe the pulse of the city. I like everything about the city. I can walk its streets. I feel one with the city. I feel one with the people of the city because it's mine. And you might feel that way about very different places that are not New York City. New York City just happens to be my example. Go to that place where you feel like you are living and breathing that place and your cells just resonate with that place. I could be doing very different things. I have a law degree, I have investment law experience. It's not me. I know I'm meant to do other things. So I've very actively spent time choosing the things that are mine, choosing the places that are mine, choosing the people that are mine, the activities, everything from the smallest thing as to what I eat and what I do that's small to the very big things that I do. I hope that you start to think on every level in the same way. Who do you really want to be spending time with? What do you want to be doing? Who do you admire? What direction do you want to be moving in? There are some things that are just not ours or that we're not meant to do, and that's okay. Your ego will tell you you have to be good at everything and you need to do everything and you need to fit a certain mold. That is not true. Notice what's forced, what's superficial, and what's foreign to you. If a lot is forced and foreign and superficial, you'll always kind of live on the surface. You'll never feel. When more things are yours, you'll feel free and you'll feel free to feel. My goal for you is that everything in your life gives you energy and that you're always in your element. Our wishes don't come true first and foremost because of a layer or an ego that tells you that you need to be a certain way. And you'll never become that certain way if it's artificial to you. You'll never get to that ideal in your head that you're trying to reach because it's not quite you, but your wishes also won't come true. So you can strive for something that's not quite you and live a life that's not quite you. You won't be successful at it because you'll never engage enough. But it will also stop you from doing the things that are you. So pay very close attention to everything where you have to pretend, everything where you have to lie, everything where you're dishonest, everything where you feel drained after, everything where you really feel like you're forcing and resisting, but you're doing it anyway. Because that's the main reason your big wishes are not coming true. It's those small things, even that you force, your big wishes don't come true as a result. And when something resonates, that's when energy comes to you. Energy is not something we can create. We don't create energy. We just find what resonates, we align with it, and energy comes to us. So, like, I am teaching a class, I love teaching, energy comes to me. I'm eating the dessert, I love eating, energy comes to me. I'm spending time with the person I want to be in the same room with, energy comes to me. I feel like I'm doing the things that resonate, energy will come to me, and it will come to you too, as opposed to things that feel fake or forced or foreign to you. The more of those you have, the less energy you have. So throw out all those clothes that you don't want to wear. Throw out all those objects around you that you think are ugly and that don't resonate. I mean, negotiate with your romantic partner or with your family, but try to get rid of the things that feel foreign to you. Try to take out things in your calendar that you have to force yourself to do as much as possible. So where does meditation come into all of this? The more you meditate, the more you know what those things are. When you're with your breath, that resonates. That's healing to you. That's being in your energy. When you're with your breath, you're in your energy. When you're relaxing your body, you're in your energy. In physics, it's called constructive interference. When the energy increases because two waves resonate, your energy is healing to you. Every time you meditate, your level of energy grows. The more you meditate, the more in tune you are with other things that resonate with you. And the more you meditate, the more you understand what you can move toward in order for your wishes to come true. And then if you're self-compassionate, you realize you are valuable enough to do that. So meditating is the first step to finding what actually resonates. So that's one, ego. The second reason that our wishes don't come true is that we're not in the present. Your wishes can only come true in the present moment. If you have a lot of anxiety, if you have a lot of fears about what will happen in the future, or if you have a lot of time spent thinking about the past, your wishes don't come true because you just won't have the energy. So anything we have an exchange with, you get more energy as a result of the exchange. When your attention is in the past or the future, those things don't actually exist. Your energy disappears there. When your attention is in the present, you interact with the present, you bring your attention and your energy, you get energy back. When your attention is in the past or the future, it's like a black hole, it's like a vacuum. Your energy just disappears there. There's no exchange. It's like if you give a person a hug, there's an exchange of energy. If you give like a rag doll a hug, there's no exchange of energy, really, right? Like you can spend a lot of time hugging the rag doll, there's no exchange of energy. There's no back and forth. With the past or with the future, when you have anxiety or when you think of the past too much, you can't quite have that exchange. So the more time you spend fully in the present, the more your energy grows because everything you do in the present, you get energy back. Like you water the plants, you get energy back. You exercise, you get energy back. You put energy into your work, you get energy back. You talk to a person, there's always an exchange. Because you can't exchange with the past or the future, it's a black hole. Your energy goes there, and therefore your wishes don't come true. Any questions about that? And then there's also not just paying attention to the present, it's how you pay attention. Can you pay attention to the present with tenderness, with affection, with love, with warmth? So that's the second part to it. The what is paying attention. The how is just as important. How do you pay attention to reality? It's so important to pay attention to reality in a certain way because the more love you bring, the more energy you get back. The more love and compassion you can have, the more energy you have. So not only doing your work, but doing your work with love. You get energy, your wishes come true. Petting your cat with love, hugging your romantic partner with love, seeing a friend, talking to a friend with love, talking to a child with love, peeling the vegetables, cooking that oatmeal with love, putting on your clothes with love, brushing your teeth with love, cleaning your room, making your bed with love. The more love you can put into what you do in the present moment, the more energy you get back. And as a result, your reservoir of energy is so much greater, your wishes come true more. See how many things you can do with love and with pleasure. And then you'll always have energy. So reason one was ego. Reason two, we're not in the present moment. Reason three, that our wishes don't come true, is that you're not connected to yourself as a body. Physically, the most important thing you can do is trust your body to give you answers. Through your body, you get access to your feelings, to your intuition. This can feel scary for some people. When we turn on listening to our body, we turn off our mind. So when we fully feel, our logical mind is off. One of the gifts of knowing how to meditate is your logical brain switches off in that moment. You're just aware. And we all overthink. We love to overthink. The reason we overthink is that we don't want to feel. So if you're fully present, this is going to switch off. The mind switches off. But then when this switches off, this has to switch on. The heart has to switch on. And if there's a lot of grief there, or sorrow, or pain, unprocessed emotions, as soon as you become aware and compassionate to yourself, that's going to hit you first. It might be painful to be present. Put a plus in the chat if you've had periods in your life where just being present for anything is painful because you have that pain in your heart. Just being present for the sunset is painful. Being present for another person is painful. So when the mind switches off, this is our coping mechanism. So if the mind switches off, if you're in the present, your coping mechanism switches off, the heart switches on. So you might actually reject connecting to yourself, connecting to the present moment. And instead, you can work yourself to death, or you can distract yourself with all the gadgets that we have, or you can distract yourself with destructive, abusive relationships. Like some people who disconnect from themselves, they disconnect from themselves through super exciting or super abusive or super up and down relationships. What they're afraid of is the heart and what's in the heart. We will connect to what is in here in willpower, wishes, and endless energy because it all has to come from the heart. When you connect to the heart and to your body, that's where the joy is. That's where the love is. And that's where every single right answer is. Every single wish is connected to your heart and is connected to your body. It's not up here. It's in the heart and in the body. There's no joy in the mind. In the mind, there's ego and there's some narrow-mindedness. Our joy is in the body and our joy is in the heart. And what's right for you in this moment, it's not some objective truth. This is why you can't really ask other people for advice. You can ask them for advice just to like talk and process your feelings a little bit if they're good listeners, but you can't actually get any good advice from anyone because what's right isn't some this like it's not like someone can give you this is right and it's forever right. As my favorite professor of Buddhism, Charles Halsey, used to say, whatever you believe is what will get you in trouble. Whatever you believe, think is what will get you in trouble. There's no objective truth. What's true, what's right, it comes and goes like a wave. Every moment is ever changing. Every moment is different. The cells in your body are changing. You can only sense and feel into what's right in this moment. And the logical, theoretical mind that we have can't possibly deal with so much complexity. This tool is just not that good. So then how do you make decisions? How do you make choices? Today, I want to tell you the technique that I use and the technique that works, the only technique I found that works to always make the right decision and to always move towards your wishes. And it's how to read information from your body, how to read information that's stored in your body. So life will throw a lot of unexpected circumstances at us at all times. Life is always challenging for one set of reasons or another. I think it's challenging because it's challenging us to still connect to our inner voice. No matter what chaos is going on outside, wars, complexities, other people's drama, see if you can still hear your inner voice. See if you can still find your path through that, no matter what else is happening. And your subconscious speaks to you through your body, and it speaks to you through your heart. Let's look at the science behind this. So this human brain, it's powerful. It can process a lot of information. It can process 11 million bits of information every second. That's a lot of information. But what we have access to from this mind is actually narrow. We only have consciously access to 40 to 50 bits of information per second. Our unconscious mind processes the other 10.5 million. So what's in your unconscious is all the 11 million. What's in your conscious mind, your theoretical mind, the mind you have access to, is 40 to 50 bits of information. Our body takes in more information. Our eyes, our vision, can take 10 million bits of information per second. Our ears can take in 100,000 bits of information per second. Our skin, how touch feels, can take in 1,000,000 bits of information per second. Our nose, 100,000. Our mouth, about 1,000 bits per second. So how do we apply this information? How do we seek out the most rich answer that takes the most information into account. The easiest way when you're making a decision, like, should I do this? Check in with your chest. When making a decision, and I use this every day, several times a day. And until I found this method, I wanted advice. Now I don't want advice from anybody. You're trying to figure out, do I do this or do I do that? Or do I do this or do I not do this? You close your eyes, you think about doing it, and you notice what's happening at your chest. If you have pain in your chest, don't do it. If you imagine it and you feel pain, don't do it. If you close your eyes and you think of this thing you're going to do and you feel tightening, it's going to take you away from your wishes. If you feel tightening, if you feel compression, don't do it. If you close your eyes and you imagine yourself doing it and you feel openness in your chest, you feel calm, you feel relaxed, that's your path. Those are your wishes. This will lead to your wishes coming true. So if in your heart and your chest you feel ease, you feel open, you feel lightness, you feel spaciousness, if your breath feels natural as you imagine it, that's your path. That will lead to your wishes coming true. That's the right decision. You can do this exercise many times a day. You can do this exercise when making very small decisions and when making very big decisions. And you'll feel that twinge of pain, or you'll feel that openness and flow and relaxation. And it changes, because what might be not a good decision today might be a good decision tomorrow. So it's not like you do that test once and you know forever. You retest it, you retest it. And it only takes about a second. Usually it takes being a good meditator to be able to do it. We do all the meditations, and we're going to do them in Willpower, Wishes, and Endless Energy class. We do all the meditations so that you can have that easy access. Once you already have practice accessing different parts of the body, you can feel it very quickly. Like, I've meditated for thousands of hours. I can feel it very quickly. As I'm going through my day, I can check with my chest, with my heart. Do I do this? Do I not do this? Do I take on this new client? Do I not? Do I work with this person one-on-one? Do I not? Do I go on this journey? Do I plan this event? Do I see this person? Do I go to this cafe? Do I not? When I walk the streets of New York, I walk intuitively. I let my intuition dictate how I walk the streets of New York. And I don't want to jinx myself. And I've said this and this still happens. I bump into people I want to bump into all the time. If I'm watching a movie and I think I really want to meet this actress, I really want to see this actor, I'll bump into them 2 weeks later and I'll just see them like casually walking around and I'll say hi. Like, it happens to me remarkably often. Every couple of weeks, I bump into the exact person I want to bump into. And I think it's intuitive walking. I walk the streets intuitively, and I have the energy for my wishes to come true. So I know what my wishes are, the small ones and the big ones, and I know that they will come true. That's where I want to help you arrive to that same place where everything around you brings you happiness. Everything around you is honest. You can have compassion for all beings, including yourself. You know what your wishes are. You work towards your wishes coming true. So that's the path, that's the destination. And I'm always in contact with my body when I'm negotiating a deal, when I'm meeting someone new, when I'm making any decision. Not so much my mind, because I've learned that my mind can be influenced by a lot of other things that are not always relevant. Notice this too, like, if you go to a certain place and you kind of shrink inside, you're tight, leave that place as quickly as you can. Something is off. If next to a certain person you feel tension and that shrinking and that tightness. Well, when people ask me for advice about dating, she's like, what should I look for in a date? The only thing you should look for when you go on a date, a romantic date, is your body relaxed and spacious around this person? Yes, you can, like, be aware, listen, but notice if you are relaxed and at ease and you feel flow and you feel energy when you're with this person, or if you feel a tightness. If you feel a lot of tightness in your body being around this person, there's a very big chance that person is a narcissist. Around a narcissist, you will always have tightening in your body, always, because they're disconnected from themselves. You'll start to feel disconnected from yourself when you're around them. But if you feel relaxed, if you feel spacious, if you feel calm, if you feel warm inside, then be around that person and keep being around that person. So our body is always a lot more honest than our mind, and it is our body that leads to our wishes coming true. Our wishes coming true, it's an emotion. It's an emotional experience. It's a sensual experience. It's a fulfillment of the heart. It's not really in the mind. So in in the 4-week Willpower Wishes and Endless Energy class, we'll work with the body, with the heart, with emotions, with feelings. I'll take you a little bit out of the realm of the intellectual mind, although I very much love the intellectual mind and spent a long time cultivating it as well. Also, when something is right for you, you will feel energy. When something is on the path to your wishes coming true, you'll feel energy. When something is wrong for you, you'll feel that energy close down. And always notice what brings you pain. One of my favorite phrases from Nobel laureate Joseph Brodsky is believe your pain. Pain closes down energy. Pain always blocks off energy. So pay attention to where there is pain. Where there is pain, start to build boundaries there. We'll do that in October. Start to build boundaries where there's pain and start to really treasure your attention. Your attention is a product now. It's becoming monetized. But what you pay attention to is the most important thing in the world. And pay attention to yourself as often as you can in the sense of staying connected to your body. So those are kind of some of the main reasons that our wishes don't come true. Disconnection from yourself, your ego. You're not in the present moment. You haven't learned to pay attention to your body, and you haven't yet realized that you are part of the natural world. You are very much a part of the natural world. There's whole animals and herds that survive based on instinct, and they know exactly what to do. They know exactly where to go to survive. We work the same way. We're not different. We are just disconnected from those instincts. And if you're disconnected from those instincts, you will be unhappy. The final reason our wishes don't come true is we don't wish happiness for all beings. The universe will only give you the things that you wish to every other person. So if there's a person you don't wish it for, the universe won't give you that thing in any kind of reliable way. How compassionate you are towards the world is how much you receive from the world. When you wish well to yourself and to all others, there's a largeness, there's a flow to that. If you judge people, don't like people, if you don't like this world, if you don't see possibilities, if you're not kind to yourself, you don't get the same possibilities and you don't get the same level of energy. So the more love and compassion you feel, the more possibility, the more resources, the more friendship, the more your wishes come true. And no matter what happens, accept it with love, accept it with an open heart, and that gives you more energy. So let every emotion flow through your body and know that you are spacious enough to handle any emotion. Pay attention to it. Even if it's loss, even if it's pain, it will flow in and out, and the happiness stays. So I want to give you in our last 4 minutes, as I promised, 15-second meditation you can do for your wishes coming true. And it's a kind of roadmap. So I want you to do this meditation every night, and it's nighttime, and we'll all go to sleep soon. So this is a good time to do it. At the end of every day, before the start of the new day, because you need to stay connected to what your wishes are, you need to stay connected to what you want to happen. At the end of the day, imagine, as if you're going through a travel itinerary, imagine how the following day will go. Go through in your mind the things you have for the following day, not in terms of like, oh, I make all my appointments in time. Think about the things that happen and how you feel. And that, like, let's say you're traveling tomorrow. You would think, I wake up, I feel energy in my body, I get dressed with joy, I take the subway to JFK, I feel at ease and relaxed in my flight, and I enjoy myself. And I arrive in Scandinavia in the evening, and I have a delicious meal, and I feel warm, and I curl up in a blanket, and I go to bed, and I feel so safe and happy with my partner, and we hold hands, and I feel protected, and I feel in love, and I fall asleep. That took 15 seconds, right? It took not very long, but you hit all the main markers, whatever that is for you. Or maybe it's a day that's packed with work. I meet this person and we start this project, and there's creativity and there's spark, and we create it and it goes well, and I feel fulfilled, and we finish it. And then I relax in the evening, and then I go to sleep. Or I spend the day with my child and I hug my child in the morning, and I give the kiss, and my child feels safe and I feel connected, and we're in harmony, and we have a day of me teaching the child these things, and we read together, and the child naps, and I rest and I feel grounded, and I feed my child broccoli, and we go to sleep. Whatever it is, it can be any part of your life. It can be a trip, it can be you being a parent, it can be you working, it can be you being in love, whatever you want to happen for that day. Think of the most important things, think of them happening and how you want to feel. And if there's one practice you take away from today, do this practice daily because you start to understand what you want. And when you start to understand what you want, you start to move toward it. And these are not material things. These are the things that happen, but most importantly, how you want them to, how you want to feel. So think of it as like a vase or like a vessel. The objective things like I make my flight, I feed my child, I finish this project. That's like the vessel. The thing it's filled with, the content, are your emotions. I feel calm. I feel inspired. I feel in love. I feel in love with the world. I feel I feel generosity in my heart. I feel compassion. Whatever it is that you want to feel, that's the vessel that fills those events. That's the reason those events are happening. Really, everything happens so we can find our strength. The things you wish for, you really wish for them because they connect you to your strength. They connect you to your joy. Joy is also a form of strength. The very big picture, and we're at 1 hour, so I'll just spend another minute or two talking. The greater picture of every day, the greater purpose of every day is to find your strength, to connect to your strength more, to feel your inner resource, to feel that you're spacious, to feel that you have a center that no one can take you off of. No event can take you off that center. The bigger picture is to find joy and enjoyment in every single day and in every set of cards and in every circumstance. No matter what the day brings, you will still find joy and enjoyment. And the bigger picture is also to find unconditional love for your body, which sometimes will feel like it's not working the way you want it to, sometimes won't look the way you want it to. Will change, will grow older, but to always find unconditional love for your body, to always find unconditional love for the people in your life, to find unconditional love for everything around you, to have real compassion and to wish well for everything around you. So we are here to fall in love with the compassionate universe itself. In Mahayana Buddhism, there's a teaching that the universe itself is compassionate. And all these separate parts that we're exposed to, people, places, activities, objects, is just our way of falling in love with the universe. The goal here is to build your strength, do what makes your heart happiest, and to fall in love with the universe in new ways every single day. So at the end of every day, imagine, how do I want to fall in love with the universe tomorrow? How is it that I would like to fall in love with the universe tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? As a result, I'll fall in love with myself and the universe more. I'll feel more compassion to myself. I'll feel more gratitude for this aliveness that I have. This being alive is absolutely amazing. There's so much we can experience. So at the end of the day, think of, how do I want to fall in love with life tomorrow? What can life bring me so I fall more in love with life tomorrow? So that's our 1 hour of why your wishes don't come true. Put a plus if you feel like you have a better sense. Let me know if this was helpful to you. And if you want to go very deeply into these practices, please join for the Willpower, Wishes, and Endless Energy class, where like I give you a lot of the theory. I try to give you as much practice as I could also, so it's not just theory. But there's only so much I can do. It's like, here's the map, but it's not quite everything you need to know. If you want everything you need to know about this, the next 4-week class is how to cultivate endless energy, how to have endless willpower, and how to make your wishes come true. And we'll work on that in very systematic, methodological ways. The things I say might seem abstract. We will make it very, very concrete. If anyone has the link to the class, I don't have it on me, but if someone has it, put the link to the class in the chat just so that other people have it. And I will do another free event on Mother's Day morning. So Mother's Day at 9 a.m., we will do a event of compassion for your mom. So that is the next thing that's coming up. And I try to do once or twice a month, I do these free talks just for everyone's benefit. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is invited. And I really want that. How do we sign up for the class? Okay. So now we need to find the link. I challenge all of you to open up my technology doesn't work right now, but if someone has access to it, it's everywhere. It's on my Instagram. It's on the website. I'll try to put it in the chat, and then after that we will do our smile and wave. So yeah, this is what happens when you run a lot of programs all at once. Oh, and we have the Wednesday night Sangha coming up. We have Wednesday night meditation starting in exactly a week. For the next 8 Wednesdays, we'll have a compassion meditation every Wednesday. And we will also have this class. Thank you. Okay, Isabel, thank you. Isabel put it in the chat. Okay, now I don't feel as bad. So everyone who wants to know how to sign up for the class, it is now in the chat. And now we just get to say bye to each other. Just smile and wave. Bye, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday night for the Sangha, for the next free class, for Willpower, Wishes, and Endless Energy, wherever our paths Iskia, like wherever our paths happen to cross. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for joining. And close your eyes today. Think about exactly what you want tomorrow and what emotions you want to experience along with it. Let everything you do build your energy. Always know what your true wishes are that make your heart actually sing, and make those wishes come true. Make the smallest ones come true. The bigger ones will also come true. And I can't wait to hear more about your progress, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.